in the elements of East Rutherford, New Jersey. Sports Talk 790. Brought to you by Moore's Marinades and Sauces and the Low Tea Center.
Hey, I was talking to your wife, Julie, about this. She said you guys have been married for 21 years, correct?
Yeah.
And one thing I'm always curious about with the current and former NFL players, I said, how do the guys that are on the field, especially in your position, because your job was basically to break somebody's face every day.
That is true.
How do you turn that intensity off? And what she said is that you said you were so emotionally spent and physically spent after a game that the intensity just kind of went away. But every guy's different. Have you ever talked to like fellow players, current or former, about that topic and what that's like?
Yeah, it gets brought up a lot because whenever my name gets brought up, it's funny. I was telling this story the other day. When I got to the Raiders, I had one of the guys come up to me, one of the defensive linemen, a really good guy, and he was an African-American guy from Compton, and one of his buddies asked him, he said, "Hey, is that Romanowski crazy in the locker room? Does he, eat glass?"
It seems like a legit question.
It does.
Don't tell the truth.
So, he's asked me this, and then he's like, no, he's telling his buddy that it's almost like he disappointed him by saying, no, he's just a nice guy. In fact,
not Latimer on the program?
Hey, in fact, he brings us protein shakes and helps us with ionized water, and he's got his own massage therapists and chiropractors, So this whole thing where people have this perception of me, of this crazy guy who was on the field, and they think it transferred off the field. Also, too, I heard Matt Millen say something that really registered with me, and on a Football Life on the NFL channel.
Yeah.
And
great series, by the way.
Oh yeah, that awesome. But here's what he said. He said, there are some people that come out of the womb, some men, some young babies that are just mean, violent, and ready to kick ass.
Yeah.
And there are some that are willing to. I was one of those guys that was willing to be tough, mean, and violent.
When did you know that?
I had to learn how to do that.
It wasn't just.
So clearly somebody picked on you when you were younger. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, yeah. My brothers used to stick their dirty underwear in my mouth. Okay, how about that?
And scene.
Okay. Dirty socks, dirty underwear.
And that made you tougher.
Oh, man.
I am convinced that a majority of toughness in this country has been developed by big brothers picking on little brothers.
Yeah, my brothers, every time they walked by me, they smacked me in the head.
And it made you an all-pro linebacker.
But you're a better person, too.
Yeah, so,
you're a better American.
Hey, if anybody wants to be a great football player out there, you better have older brothers.
You better have older brothers.
that stick dirty underwear in your mouth.
Hey, it's a motivator.
Hey.
You're either going to continue to have the dirty underwear in your mouth or you're going to do something about it.